So in this video, what I want to show is a way to anesthetize the flies, because you're going to find that it's necessary when you're looking for phenotypes and sexing the flies that you're going to need to do something beyond just your typical transfer. You're going to need to actually knock out the flies so that you can manipulate them. And in this case, what we want to use is, obviously we have our flies. These are the ones to be anesthetized. And then we have an empty culture vial. So there's no media in the bottom, and we're going to use that to our advantage. That way when the flies are incapacitated, they're not going to stick to the media. So we go ahead and get one of these, make sure the foam plug is already in it, and what we're going to do so that we know that we have a foam plug ready, because we're going to have to be very quick with this. Put our funnel for transfer. We tap down our active culture here of fruit flies so that most of them, we're going to try to get them all into the bottom. And while I'm tapping, I'm going to remove the plug and invert. And then we're going to give it a nice forceful tap to transfer. And like I said, invariably you're going to lose some flies. We're going to tap those in, and while we're tapping, we're going to cap. Okay? And for any ones that may be remaining in here, I think we did a good job getting most of those out. Now the flies are going to be ready for anesthetizing. There's several different ways we could do this. We can use ether, we can use CO2, but for this lab we're going to use this proprietary fly nap that's available from Carolina. And to administer it, we're going to use these wands, which are also supplied. Okay. So for the fly nap, the ones that are supplied with the fly nap administer the correct amount of fly nap for your typical culture vial. So what we want to do is go ahead and get a wand. Looks a little bit like a Q-tip. And dip it into the fly nap and then slowly bring it back through. And what we don't want is any drops coming off. So now it's all absorbed into the absorbent at the end of the wand. We're going to tap our flies down to the bottom. We want them to avoid coming in contact with this. And we can really do this without necessarily removing the plug. We just stick it to the side. So notice how I pushed that foam plug back, and then I inserted the wand. And so now this culture vial is, the vapors from the fly nap are dispensing and diffusing into that space. And we're going to lay this, I like to lay it on its side. And the flies will pretty much avoid contact. Some may come in contact with it. If that's the case, we may lose a few of these. And again, this is going to take you, be patient. Could take a couple of minutes. It may take as long as 3, 4, 5 minutes before they're all knocked out. From this stage, once they're anesthetized, well, we can transfer them to the surface of the best thing to use is white paper or a piece of cardstock for counting, sexing, and also assessing phenotypes.